The longer one waits, the higher, the more the hype. Everyone's like, oh my god, this game must be amazing.
Which is exactly a problem Sam does not have in bed.
Yeah. Usually over in like 30 seconds. So you're like, it's alright. This is okay. Is that it?
Do you remember when like Valve was the greatest video game developer on the planet?
Yeah, I do. They were so good.
So Valve now have decided that they're going to make way more money from not making video games, except for CSGO and Dota. They're like maintaining those games.
Yeah.
And they do a great job on those games, don't get me wrong. Right? Especially with Dota, where they have the international tournaments and all sorts of shit.
Well, the amount of money that
they make
Dota was fucking ridiculous. What, 24 million or something?
Oh, that's sure. But
that is ridiculous.
The amount of money Steam makes, because don't forget, Steam takes a 30% cut from every sale.
How do you sleep at night?
On top of a pile of money.
So anytime you buy anything from Steam, 30% of that goes to Valve.
Oh my god.
It is nuts. It is. And I remember when Valve, the store, Steam, came out first. I was working in retail, and I remember when Half-Life 2 came out, I remember boxed copies, and everyone had to install Steam. And everyone at the beginning was like, fuck this, man, I fucking hate this Steam garbage. It's such a shitty platform, I hate it, it's the worst. I literally remember people coming up to me in my store, being like, I'm returning this game now because I don't want to install this Steam garbage. It is shit. True story, right? Now, Steam, everyone worships Steam.
There are still games trying to do that, like Battlefield. Battlefield 1.
Yeah,
right? They made us do that crappy, what was it called?
Origin.
Oh, bro.
Or
Siege?
They all have one now. Battle.net has a launcher.
Yeah, I know.
Rainbow
but
Ubisoft has one.
Okay, Battle.net is different because it's so well polished. It's like, it's all there. It's just super easy to use.
No one likes Uplay. It's garbage.
It's so shit.
There's Origin. Bethesda has one now as well. There's Good Old Games, which have a platform as well, which is kind of like a competitor to Steam. There's a lot of them at this point. Activision don't have one yet, which I'm really surprised about. I kind of think that they would have one soon, but anyway. Stop it!
Just making a half face, bro. Just call me Harvey.
Anyway, so they were making all the money in the world from Steam, and everyone wanted Valve to make the Half-Life 3 that we've always been dreaming of. Half-Life 3 is the ultimate meme, and everyone's been like, Half-Life 3, it's never coming, Half-Life 3 confirmed, whatever. But we always kind of hoped that one day it would come.
Yeah.
We always hoped that.
How long ago? Is that 10 years now?
Oh,
I think it has to be about 10 years.
It has to be about 10 years at least.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
I remember playing Half-Life 2.
No, it's definitely more. Definitely more.
No.
Yep, definitely. Let's do a Half-Life 2 release date.
Fact check.
It is 2004. So that's 13 years, man. 13 years we've been waiting for this game. 1-3. Half-Life 1-3. Half-Life 3. Illuminati confirmed.
I was going to say Illuminati confirmed.
The lead writer from Valve, who've now left the company, he has a blog, and what he essentially did was post up.
Steam gave it 10 out of 10? Well,
that's right. Steam gives it 10 out of 10. Totally took the wind out of the sails in that moment.
Sorry, yeah, continue.
He's
like, what was I saying?
So we always dreamed it would come. It's what happened this week. The former lead writer of from Valve, who wrote Half-Life 2 from memory, or maybe he wrote both of the Half-Lives, I don't know, or maybe he was just on the team that wrote it, I don't exactly know. Whatever.
Story's getting a bit murky, but yeah, continue.
He has a
I'm still with you.
And this week he put up a post basically giving us the plot for Half-Life 3. It could have been Half-Life 2 Episode 3, because that's another game we were waiting on. Half-Life 2 had episodic...
Yes, it did.
The Valve's like, we're going to move to episodic releases for more regular content. And everyone's
more
like...
regular money.
No, not
more
even
regular money.
But it just became, they released 2 episodes, which were phenomenal, and then Episode 3 never came. So this thing was released this week, and it could have been Episode 3, but people sort of suspect it was actually Half-Life 3's story. And so now it's kind of... That's it. But it's super disappointing because Half-Life was one of the greatest games ever made. Half-Life 2 as well. Valve, one of the most storied and capable developers in the history of video games. And to know that they give up on the license that made them what they are, it's just sad. I know, but like, what's a sequel that you would be like, if they didn't make a sequel?
Kingdom Hearts. I know they're making another. But there's something about Kingdom Hearts. The adventure in those games is like nothing else compares.
I feel like the only thing that would break my heart is if CD Projekt Red decided we're not going to make any more games, we're only going to work on good old games. But it's actually the perfect example because Valve literally produced one of the best games in the history of gaming, just like CD Projekt Red did that. CD Projekt Red also own good old games, So it's exactly the same circumstance, in fact, but CD Projekt Red are steaming ahead on Cyberpunk 2077, which comes out in probably 2019.
The thing is, right, when you make a game like Half-Life, how can you bring out Half-Life 3 without it being a disappointment?
But they said the
Do you know
same
what
thing
I'm
about
saying?
Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. Half-Life 1 was this seminal breakthrough. Half-Life 2 was objectively
It's
a
like
better
every
game.
single amazing movie, like apart from a few,
Terminator 2.
exceptions.
Godfather Part 2.
Okay. Back to the Future 2.
Back to the Future Part 2.
Toy Story 2. Like there were some
Rocky 2.
Rocky 2.
No, not really.
Shit. Ah!
That's right. Would you rather that Valve release Half-Life 3 and it be kind of okay?
Look,
Or
at
would you
least
rather that they... Hang on. Would you rather that they just...
becomes the
they
Luigi again.
They
Yeah.
go out on a high note, knowing that they probably couldn't top Half-Life 2 and just be like, that's it, we're done.
The problem here is you've set up the audience for at least an episode 3.
Yeah,
At least
absolutely.
an episode 3. Give them that, even if they can't, even if you think that it won't live up, allow it to have a sense of completion. Don't make it feel like everyone's still, waiting for the next one. It's like
Half-Life-
Titanic 2. They were going to make Titanic 2, but
That's right, they can, didn't they?
they couldn't do it.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because like the
It's
hype
like
from
this
the first
zombie
one,
boat.
Jack, I'm back.